It's a Smith-themed programme tonight. We've had Lewis, and we now bring you the Smiths, or at least their former songwriter, Johnny Marr. Thanks to his guitar and the mordant lyrics of the gladioli-wielding Morrissey, the Smiths became one of our best-loved bands, with unlikely hits like Heaven Knows I'm Miserable Now, our spiritual theme tune. But the Smiths broke up 3 decades ago, and Marr has since worked with everybody who's anybody in music, including Keith Richards, Brian Ferry, and the Pretenders. He's been revisiting his career in a new memoir, Set the Boy Free, and revealing the words of comfort that Sir Paul McCartney gave him about bands breaking up. He's been doing it to our very own Smith, Stephen.
I think there's an idea of the Smiths being completely mired in subterfuge and manipulation and entirely neurotic. The crucial things that were in us, desperation, more importantly, a really poetic vision, idealism and romanticism of pop culture. What a song can do to a person, and we both had exactly in the same way. And when that happens, and he could write lyrics and I could write music, and we really complemented each other very, very well.
I'd like to ask you some guitar questions. My friend Jeff Morrison of Jeff Morrison and the Thigh Scratchers. I don't know if you're familiar. They're doing very well.
Yeah.
They play to pubs in the Surrey area. He wanted to know, when you learnt guitar, who did you copy?
I started off copying Mark Bolan. Get it on, get it on. The first stuff that I learnt to play was the Mark Bolan singles. I would try and work out the entire song. So a song like, a good example would be All the Young Dudes, Mott Hoople. I'd worked out the chords first, and the chords were just as exciting for me to learn than the lead part.
And Noel Gallagher of Oasis, in his turn, borrowed from Johnny Marr, including a guitar or two.
I got a phone call from the office one day saying that Oasis had been in a fight with the audience in Newcastle on the stage, and I thought, okay, and where are we going with this? And that the guitar had been damaged. So what do you want me to do about it? So have you got another one? And he was used to a Les Paul, so I got the Les Paul that I did The Queen Is Dead on. Quite a lot of stuff on The Queen Is Dead, and I sent it up to Newcastle with a little note that said, it's a lot heavier in weight and sound, but if you get a good swing in it, you'll take someone's head off.
It's a bit like Excalibur finding its rightful place, is it? Or is that a wee bit fanciful?
No. When he first came out, he did tell that tale in the style of us, he and I, meeting up on a grassy knoll with a full moon at midnight, and me saying, here, take a thy axe and lay down, that they will bring you some heavy licks. Something along that. And then we drank the blood of a groupie, which is the way the story goes.
Like you do. Since the Smiths broke up 30-odd years ago, Johnny Marr's had no shortage of famous friends to make music with. But in the immediate aftermath, he turned for advice to the most famous friend of all.
I was playing with Paul McCartney all day, and it was a fantastic music, and it was a real experience, as one would imagine. And then we took a break, and I thought, okay, I'm sat in the presence of the one person who could really give me some insight into this situation, you know. The man who's been defined by his songwriting partnership, and if anyone can give me some advice, it's him. So I told him what had been going on, and he took a minute and he looked at me and he paused and he said, "That's bands for you." And actually, it's probably, I haven't really thought of a better way of putting it.
Could this band ever get back together? In his book, Set the Boy Free, Marr reveals that he and Morrissey discussed it in a pub in Manchester 8 years ago.
We just started talking about how, if it could be done, how it could be done. And in that moment, it was a very exciting, nice prospect, because it was about friendship, you know. It's like me and my friend, you know.
Yeah.
And we talked about it for a bit, how it could be done.
With enthusiasm?
Yeah, with enthusiasm, yeah, I think that absolutely. Morrissey and myself were in touch for a few days, and it was very, you know, very friendly and nice and funny. And then I went away with, me and the Cribs were doing some dates in South America, and then mine and Morrissey's communication stopped for a while then, which wasn't really a surprise. It wasn't, let's put it this way, it wasn't as big a surprise as actually getting together.
Coming up to that special time of year, did you ever think about a Smiths Christmas single?
No, but...
that would have been something, wouldn't it?
Yeah. Do it, yeah.
Yeah.
I'm saying it, maybe we should reform for that.
Something a bit Scrooge-like, but maybe with a nice warm afterglow finish.
Forget the afterglow, let's just... I'm with you on the Scrooge thing, I quite like it, I like the twist in it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I wish you a very miserable Christmas.
Steve Smith and Johnny Marr.